I'll give you my folks, come on out. I'm going to give you my last bit of ice maintenance or information. Energy efficiencies I talked about earlier. Who here actually at the last programming of the night actually floods afterwards? Yeah, last programming in your ice. Do you flood afterwards? All right.
Oh no, after the last, before I do my ice maintenance, I go out just with
Okay, but do you actually do a flood at the end of the night?
at the very end of the night when I'm out of there, I usually do 2.
All right. Humor me.
Again, I did it wrong.
No, because if everyone put their hand up saying, yeah, I flood at the end of the night. Yeah. So,
It's a scheduling thing for us.
yeah, and I get that in the real world. Programming is going to influence what I'm about to say, whether you can or can't do it, depending on what time you start in the morning and what time your first rental is. But if you can, most refrigeration plants have a 6000E, a Simco or whatever. You can put it in night mode, right? Because you're not using it, you can bring your temperature up, saving the compressors working, plant working, and all that. Add this to it, and it makes a big significant difference on your energy costs of your facility. Your last programming of the night, do not flood, do not do anything. Edge and leave it overnight. You think about it, the way programming happens, youngest in the early day, oldest at the end of the night. Little rut early day, big rut at end of day, right? Think about the surface snow that those senior groups, beer league or whatever, create in the ice. Think about how much surface snow they create on the ice. Allowing that surface snow for the next 8 hours through gravity, compressing itself into those ruts overnight, that's the one benefit. The second benefit, it acts as a blanket. So your compressors are not having to work even harder to maintain that warmer temperature overnight, because it's blanketing the surface, right? Especially if you have IR, infrared, in the ceiling for surface temp. So those are the big 2 benefits. Plus, when you come in the morning, this is where it'll be tricky if you have the time to do it, depending what time you start. Your first actual flood is not a flood, it's a dry scrape. Because what happens is, using a dry scrape, that surface snow from the previous night that's compacted into the ruts, going and doing a 16th or whatever case of a cut, you're actually taking that surface snow with the squeegee and compacting that snow farther into the ruts. So that first ice that you're actually creating for your first user group, because once you do the dry scrape, then you go out and actually do a flood at min cut, bring your blade back, so that you're not taking out what you just compacted in the rut. You've already cut the rut out, at least half of it, if not more. Then you're putting your flood water over top using your rag. The other thing is over the night we have TDS, total dissolvable solvents that are in your ice from your source water. They're raising to the surface. You cut them out before you put your flood water down, which creates a harder bond of your hot water to your existing ice, and not having that TDS in there, because it's constantly coming to the top. Try it.
Wash water on your dry scrape in the morning?
No. Dry scrape. Just no wash water. No water. Dry scrape. Try it.
Leave it at night. Don't
Leave it at night.
dry scrape and flood.
You got her. In the morning. Time, it's all based on programming. Yeah. Some places you can't do that.
Any other time would you put your wash water on dry scrape though? Or never?
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just that time? No.
No, you wouldn't, eh?
No water.
Slush would fill it better?
No. No, because what happens is that settlement overnight, it'll take it out. Water, it's sticky and it'll pull it out of the rut. Yeah, just dry
You could
scrape.
actually wash water with no flood water.
Sorry?
You could actually wash water with no flood water.
Oh, wash water cuts? Oh yeah. Yeah, I do those all the time.
Just using
Sure.
that slush to fill that.
Yep. Yep. Try it. Give it a try. It works. I've tried it. Done it many times. Yep. And the beauty of it is, your ice conditions throughout the day, even though the user groups are getting older, bigger ruts, the ice isn't getting beat up as bad, even with the tykes, the minor novice, due to the fact that your bond is even harder. So they're starting with harder ice. Give it a try. Thanks, Larry, wherever you are, for not letting me forget that. Anyways, that's all I got.